I always get so nervous. I'm Tyler.
You're supposed to say and we're back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We just went over this.
I literally black out.
Is this the actual thing?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
And we're back.
Who are you?
I'm Tyler.
Oh, and I'm Rita, and this is a wild ride. Woo!
Yeah, so fun. This is episode number 2. Road bump.
Of the rebrand.
And we are striving with our Starbies, of course.
Striving?
Driving.
Oh, I was like, striving for what?
We're striving for success.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, just know we're striving to live a great life in a shitty world.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I guess
to start off the bat,
how have we been feeling lately?
We've had our ups and downs, that's for sure.
Some very big downs, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You know. Like, there was a really great female that I loved.
Oh, they were honking too.
Oh.
It was for the podcast.
Yeah. they loved the support.
It was just a fan. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Like, should we get a bumper sticker? Honk if you want to be on the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love this car thing.
Yeah, me too. It's okay, so before we get into some of the depressing stuff, like, can we talk the rebrand?
Yes, the rebrand is so good. And we have so many great ideas coming.
Yes. And I think this just feels like very authentic for who we are right now. Because when we started, we just like had a lot of mental health stuff. And like that felt really right for Neurospicy.
Yep.
Because we are Neurospicy and we still are Neurospicy.
Mm-hmm.
But like this just feels
fitting right now,
where we like live further away from each other than we used to,
so we spend a lot more time driving, and we prioritize like our time and as much as we can like driving together, just for one, because it's a great time to like connect and talk. We also love music, so it's a great time to like sing,
and also like this is just something we would do. Like we would get in the car together and
talk
about everything.
And like we spend time, like we'll park somewhere and just too. Like on the corner of Happy and Healthy.
Classic. And also we like, I feel like this just shows our personality so much, because obviously control issues, so who's driving?
Tyler.
And also like the fact that I just sit here and give absolutely zero directional help, like that's it just totally shows our personality.
It is. And like along the way, like we mentioned, like there'll be some few wrong turns, more so like a lot,
mostly wrong turns,
mostly, and you'll get to experience it with us. Like we can't wait to share with you our adventures to Target or to a restaurant or to Goodwill. I don't know where else,
because these things are like what life is made of.
Yeah, like we're
not to be like super so philosophical, but like I don't know,
we're not driving anywhere that's special.
No,
but it's very special to us, because it's time just together.
Quality time, which is my love language.
Yes. And gift giving is mine. And like I feel like we are very good about like finding gifts for people when we're together.
Yes.
And I love that.
Which is funny, because we both kind of said, or I guess I said I wasn't good at buying gifts. But I feel like we actually are when we put our brain cells together.
Our brains are yet so different, but on the same track, where they'd complement each other so well. And I mean, that's kind of why we brought the podcast to the public, because we just want to share like our thoughts, because we enjoy re-listening to ourselves, because we are a little self-centered.
Yes, but also like
in a good way.
It's just because we love ourselves.
Yeah,
we truly do,
and it's so much fun, and we just want to share it with the world. Whether we have 2 listeners or it's just us, Tyler and Rita, listening to it on replay on our way to work, we're just having a great time. So,
and I know it's something you think about too, like, but how fun that our kids someday, if we're lucky enough to have them, will get to listen to this and like hear us. Like I would do anything to hear a podcast of my parents when they were
for sure
in their 20s. Like that'd be amazing.
I also think like even for myself, I was just listening to a podcast prior, Call Her Daddy, and she was like her song, not Alex, but Nelly was on it, and Nelly was saying that she uses her songs as her diary. Like she's like, those are my diaries. And I listened back to an album and it like takes me back to that time period of my life. And I'm like, that's what,
wait,
like, that's
what Nelly a woman?
Yeah. Nelly, it starts with the F, Fernando or something. Like
she, when you said Nelly, I thought Nelly was a man.
Well, there's boy Nelly too. I can't remember her last name, but like she wrote I'm Like a Bird and Promiscuous.
Oh.
Yeah. She just dropped an album. I just started listening to it and it's good.
Did you just send me one of the songs called like Heaven or something? I haven't listened to it yet.
No, that's by another great artist. I can't think of her name though.
I need to listen to that still.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just here and thriving and striving in a shitty ass world.
Yes. And the world is shitty because we like before we jumped on, she's like, so do we talk about politics? And I was like, no, I feel like, or I was like, yes, we should, because I feel like complicit, like you're complicit in your silence type thing. And you totally agreed. Yeah. And like, I have never made it a secret, my views on things. And I'm not going to start now, even though it kind of feels like we're in a world where it might be dangerous to have liberal thoughts.
Not even like liberal thoughts. It's like
basic human rights.
Yeah, that's kind of the route I was going. Like, I feel like even like take out the political standpoint, it's more than that, and that's what really sucks.
Yeah,
I think for a lot of women, and just general population.
And I know like you got off social media for your mental health, but like one thing on there, I haven't actually seen it come across my page because my stuff, but I've heard people talking about it. Like there was a big trend of people who don't believe in human rights being like, your body, my choice. And
that's sickening.
It's so sickening. Like it literally gives me a pit in my stomach. Especially like today at work, I spent the whole day with kids and like teaching them. Like this one kid wanted to give everybody a hug today, which is very sweet, but like some of the other kids didn't want hugs, and like teaching them about like, look, his body's leading away, and like all those things that are so important. And now there's people who just like literally don't believe in bodily autonomy. Yeah. And it's really scary.
And like we both work with kids, so it's like, again, this is our future that we're shaping, and we're supposed to teach these children, which we are because it's morally right, that it is your body and no one should be touching your body anywhere and without permission. And that if you did, that would be considered rape if it were that type of thing. And all these things.
Or assault if it's, not in a sexual
way. Like all of these things that we teach children, yet
the house is pretty.
That's very pretty. Our leader doesn't like stand for, basically. And like that's what's sad and scary.
I mean, we can't even cover all the scary things about it, but again, like coming back to us both being educators, the new president-elect wants to get rid of the Department of Education. And has said things like, let's bring prayer back to school, and it's like a separation of church and state. Like, why are we going to make kids who aren't being raised with those kind of beliefs feel uncomfortable? Like, that's not okay. And that's coming from someone who's very religious and Christian and all of those things.
Same for myself. Like, I think I've talked about, like, I grew up in a very Christian household. My grandpa, a Lutheran pastor, like, still to this day, like,
my mom works at a Lutheran church.
Like, going to school for like,
I went to church last Sunday, like,
and like I bring it back to Jesus because I am a Christian and I do have a strong faith. Like, what would Jesus do? Jesus would love everyone, whether and if you're not a Christian, like still the biggest moral I have is like love everyone.
Yeah. Kindness is my top. Like, if someone's not kind, like,
yeah,
why would I be around them? I mean,
and then someone who wants to take away these rights or like laws that we have in place for a reason that just go against love and kindness, is very silly.
Yeah.
And scary.
Yeah. But on some like bright spots, because I think even in these like really scary times, we do still have to be hopeful.
Yep.
Democracy is not dead, and it's our job and our duty to do everything we can to help people and make things better. There were some good things, like there were some really good Democrats elected who want to help protect us. There are some good judges appointed, all those kind of things. So there is some bright spots, but
and it's 4 years.
Yep.
And we got to find the good in it while it is.
During those 4 years, like there's going to be elections, and we need to vote in all of those. During those 4 years, like we get to spread kindness around the world.
And especially as educators, like I feel like we see so much impact and greater good. Like I feel like we have the best job to like have a good outlook on life, because we're the ones raising these children.
Yes, 100%.
And shaping them for their future.
Yeah.
Into how to be a kind human.
Yeah. I'm kind of ready to move on from this. What else has been going on with you?
I, like Rita said, got rid of social media.
Yep.
Downloading it back again. And I think I'm kind of just going to be on Marrow Spicy Babes for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, because for one, I've been on TikTok Shop way too much.
Yes, you have.
And like my roommate basically cut me off.
As she should.
Yeah, and
that's a good friend.
My financial planner would cut me off as well. So that's one great thing.
I have ghosted our financial planner.
That's a real bummer.
So
we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
It takes some like self-courage, I think. I don't really know what it takes.
But it definitely does.
At some point we'll get there.
Yes.
Also, just update on our location. We're just currently driving around a neighborhood looking at Christmas lights.
There is a lot of Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really care. Like, okay, they have their Christmas tree.
There's a few
decked out.
Oh yeah. I don't care either. Do whatever makes you happy. Put your Christmas lights up in July. I don't care. But for me personally, I am a after Thanksgiving person.
Yeah,
because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
I do know that about you.
Yeah.
I love the tradition. Like, I think I'd like to carry this out with my family in the future. Would be like after Thanksgiving Day. That's when you, as a family, like decorate and
this year we're doing Thanksgiving with my family, so that's what we'll do is we'll decorate as a family, or decorate the tree. My mom does all the other stuff, but
okay, yay or nay? Blow ups.
Nay.
And blow ups we're talking about. We should probably let them know. Blow up animals or creatures, or
like we're driving by a Yeti right now, and I don't like them.
It's like taller than the house. Like no.
And again, do whatever makes you happy, but like I would never have that.
Yeah, I vote no. Colored lights or white lights?
I'm a colored light girl, but you're a beige mom, so.
I'm a beige mom, but I want color. Like I like that house that we drove by that they don't move. The colors are just plain, but it's like
I don't like
4
any
different
flashing.
Colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have a stroke while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really love how it's like outlined the house.
Can I tell you a funny story about someone?
Yeah.
So this person that I know was having really bad headaches, and the left side of their face was completely numb. Ooh. And they just let it happen for like 4 days and just like laid awake at night, like pretty sure they were gonna have a stroke and die.
Is this story about you?
No, it's not.
Oh.
But I'm not going to say who it is. But then they finally like finished work one day and then drove 45 minutes to a hospital.
Yeah.
By themselves.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily there was no stroke, but they just had like a tooth thing like pushing up into their sinuses, and that was what was making the problem. But
that's wild.
Yeah, if you have a serious medical issue, go to the doctor right away. Please. And maybe have somebody else drive you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, that came out of left pocket.
I just like keep thinking about it, and as soon as you said stroke, I was like, oh my god, I've got a story.
Yeah. I mean, my other friend just told me about a Tesla story that someone she knows that got in a crash, something, Tesla started on fire, they couldn't get out because it's electric. And I was already like, F anything, Elon.
Obviously.
So I was like, yeah, F Teslas. I used to be all for them. I'm like, they look sleek.
And I am like, electric cars, like I feel like that will be the future.
Yeah.
But
it still blows my mind how someone who
don't
created
like that
couldn't believe in global warming.
Yeah, but insane.
So, have you had any car issues lately, Rita?
Yes, I have.
Please explain.
So after I spent the night with you, we got in my car and it was like shaky and making weird noises.
Oh yeah.
And you said it was just cold.
I was like, it's just cold. You live the life of luxury. I experience this every day.
And I was like, no. So called the boyfriend. He was like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Bring it home. We let it sit for a while. He gets in. He's like, yeah, that's definitely not good. I think it's the spark plugs. We took it for a drive. And he's like, do you hear that? And I was like, no, I don't at all. And he's like, Rachel. And I was like, I'm sorry. Anyway, then the engine light turned on. And he's like, definitely spark plugs. I'm going to order them, fix them in a couple days when the spark plugs come in, right? So then the day before the spark plugs were supposed to come, I'm driving on the interstate, 3 lanes, and my car...
What lane were you in?
I was all the way on the left side.
Because you're a fast driver?
Yes.
Are you a good driver?
No.
Fair.
Okay.
Just had to clarify.
Glad we got that all established.
We need everyone to have the picture in their brain.
And all of a sudden, my car did a little like shaky thing, and all the lights started flashing, and it said engine in low power mode, and then my gas pedal stopped working, and I started slowing down rapidly.
In the left lane.
In the left lane, and it was during like rush hour. There was no way I was getting all the way over to the right side, so I just threw the hazards on and started, slowly going into the left side there, which there's not very much room on the left side there. And this car behind me was very angry. I'm sure they had something going on, but I did take it a little personal in the moment. They were clearly yelling at me, throwing up their hands, and then like drove by and like, yelled some more. And I was like, what world would I be doing this on purpose?
Yeah. This
is actually worst case scenario.
Did not plan for this today.
Absolutely not. So I'm just sitting there on the left side of the interstate with cars not pulling over, which is actually, or going over to the next lane, which is illegal in Minnesota. So not cool. And had to call a tow truck, come get me, bring me to the dealership. And, they were like, yeah, your engine's dead, so you either need a new engine for like over $12,000 or you need a new car. And
I voted new car.
I kind of wanted a new car, but I didn't want a car payment.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. It's a valid point. She was being responsible.
Yes. But my dad was like, I found a cheaper used engine we can put in it. And so he drove up here like 2.5 hours with a little trailer to get my car.
But do you remember when Rita said she didn't have daddy issues?
Stop it. I don't. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. He drove up here to get the car, and we get there, and the guy didn't put it outside like he said he was going to. It was in the shop, so my dad was very angry. And he went and found a cardboard box and put my engine and other various car parts into the cardboard box.
We'll have to post this picture for you because it's kind of bizarre.
Put them in my back seat and loaded up the car and took it home to get fixed.
Wow, I can't believe I just figured out where I'm at.
Oh, good. It's really hot in here. And then, they called me and said we did not get all of the car parts in a cardboard box, so now I need to ship the rest of the car parts to Wahpeton. They're currently on my kitchen counter.
Ugh. Wow.
But I get to keep my car.
You have car issues. I have insurance, medical insurance. Not even medical insurance. What issues would you classify? Prescription issues.
You have so many prescription issues.
Oh, and I just dealt with another one. Can I tell you it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on an antidepressant. And
obviously.
Duh. Who would it be anymore these days? But I'm also on this other medication that just kind of like stabilizes everything. I think it's called mood stabilizer.
Does it?
We're still on the edge.
Okay.
We're figuring it out. But anyway, whole hassle because they couldn't get it. Then they gave it to me finally. That's a whole long story. But I'm taking the medication, and I take it, and I normally take 2. Mm-hmm. And they're very itty bitty, and I always struggle because they're so tiny.
Wait, what do you struggle with?
Because they're so tiny. Like, I feel like I always lose them, or like lose them on my way to my mouth. When I show you the size, they're so tiny.
Tyler.
What?
What the heck?
They're so tiny.
Are you talking about?
My pills.
I know, but like, how are you losing them on the way from the bottle to your mouth?
It's not like that. I'm just exaggerating a bit.
Okay.
But they're very tiny is the moral of the story.
Okay.
And I open my new pill bottle,
mm-hmm.
and I dump them in my hand, and they're big.
Oh.
And they're different size and way big.
Oh, dear.
And I'm like...
Bigger is not always better.
Usually, but not in this case. And okay, actually that day I just put them in my mouth, popped them in, and I was fine. No, I didn't even recognize it. And it was the next day.
That's concerning.
I went to bed with a really bad eye headache, and I don't normally get that.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh, I don't get this. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Woke up the next morning, go to take my pills, wondering if I'm going to struggle getting them to my mouth again. And I look at the pills, and I'm like, what the heck? They're the wrong, like, size is weird. And I then look at the bottle, make sure it's the right medicine. You probably should do that the first time.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I'm like, okay, it's the same one. And then I read the dosage that it prescribed. It's the wrong dosage.
Oh, dear.
And at first I was thinking, okay, that makes total sense. I'm only supposed to take 1 now, probably. I would assume, because they're bigger. And that's why I had a headache.
Do you know what they say when you assume?
Do you want to know what actually happened? Let me finish the story. Okay. Yeah, it makes an ass of you and me. But guess what?
Yeah.
I didn't assume. I read.
Okay, good.
And it said the right milligrams, but it said only take 1. And I was like, I don't just take 1. I take 2 of this exact milligrams. And I went and double checked on my CVS app. Mm-hmm. Everything's right. The doctor called it in wrong. And then I was freaking out that I got the wrong medication.
Oh, dear.
Because I did have headaches.
Yeah.
And they're big.
Yeah.
And I'm used to itty bitties that I can hardly get in my mouth.
Jeepers creepers.
So.
Say, wait, what's the conclusion of the story?
There's not a conclusion. I called the pharmacy, and their Epic system was down, and they couldn't find the doctor note. And so I said, F it. I'm taking 2 of my 25s, and we'll see where I go.
Jeepers.
No, I think we're on the clear path. They said,
I'm glad you think so.
We Googled this medication, and they come in different sizes. Mm-hmm. So that's a valid thing that could be true.
Okay.
And the doctors and prescriptions are really messing with me.
Oh, look
lately.
at this one. Look at this house. Look at this house.
Ooh, okay. It's around the arch, and it's a big, tall arch, and the lights are like chasing each other.
I like that.
That was cute.
See, that one doesn't make me stroke.
But some people do it on their whole house.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
Yeah. And, yeah. We actually have to make a pit stop.
What was the other car thing I wanted to tell about?
So in the last episode, I talked about when I had to Uber to work.
Yeah.
And you were going to let everyone know.
Oh, yeah. When I ran into the snowbank.
Yeah. We have a great
got
friend.
Stuck.
We've definitely talked about this on the previous, like, way back on Narrow Spicy.
Oh, did we? Okay.
No, but we can update because...
Oh, yeah.
We've got new following.
Yeah. Okay, so, I was driving to work, and it should have definitely been a 2-hour late start. Like, the weather was bad, the roads had not been plowed, and we've already established I'm a bad driver who drives too fast.
Yep.
Okay, so I get to where literally everybody, like, turns to go to work, and instead of turning...
It's a 4-way stop.
It's not a 4-way stop. There's no stop on that road.
Okay.
There's a stop going the other way, though.
Yep.
But instead of turning right, my car just went straight into a snowbank.
Again, right where all the parents turn?
Literally everybody drives by there. It was very embarrassing. So I got stuck, and I tried to call a friend who has a pickup truck.
And I was with the friend, because I was in the car with her.
Yeah.
I don't know. We must have all...
I think we must have went to bingo. Something, and you stayed over at her house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I try and, like, do that, and she doesn't have the ropes to get me out. So we're all standing there, like, trying to figure out my car thing. And
we had to get to school.
But it was potluck day.
Yes.
So we call our mom.
Well, and potluck day at the school, the one, like, great thing about being a teacher.
Mm-hmm. The cooks make us either cinnamon rolls or caramel rolls.
And they're
in the morning.
So good.
They're, like, the best.
They're, like, the huge ones.
Oh, they're so good. So we call our, like, work mom. And I'm like, hey, so my car's stuck. She's like, oh my God, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. But I need you to save me, Tyler, and our friend a caramel roll. Mm-hmm. And she goes, what? You're stuck? What? And I'm like, just save us the rolls. We'll be there shortly. And
maybe open the classroom in case the kids come.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, really, was that part of our concern?
No.
And so a nice fireman shows up and is like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, well, not wonderful. But he says we got to call the tow truck to get it out of there, because he can't get it out of there either.
And it was also, like, not the fact that she was also stuck, like, it was in the way.
Yeah.
Of a lot of traffic.
Yes. It's a very busy intersection. Mm-hmm. So the tow truck comes, and I need to get to work. So he's like, I can drive you to work, the nice fireman.
Which is, okay, how many feet away?
Not that far,
like
but
100, like 200?
I couldn't walk right there, though.
No, you couldn't have, like, and it was cold and snowy. Like,
yeah, like, the sidewalks had not been plowed.
Definitely a ride.
Yeah.
But
so he has to drive me to school and...
to work.
Which is at a school. And he goes, do you want me to just turn the lights on? And, like, goes to, like, hit the little switch thing. It's like, no. No, please, don't do that. And he's like, we could. And I said, no, we could not. Please. So he drives me up to school. All the parents are doing parent drop-off, and I'm getting dropped off in the parent drop-off line.
Out of the tow truck?
No, out of the fire truck.
Oh!
Not like the fire truck, but you know how they have,
fire
like...
truck helper.
Yeah. His car. And he goes, well, have a good day at school. And I was like, do hate my life, because then I spent the next week people being like, was it you stuck on the corner the other day? Yes, it was.
Yes, please stop talking about it.
It definitely was. Thank you for noticing and then bringing it up to me, even though you knew it was me, because the whole school is talking about it.
Yeah.
But when I got to school, my caramel roll was there.
Yeah, of course.
And my classroom was open.
And
later that day, my boss goes, wow, most people, if they would have gotten an accident on the way to work, they would have just not come into work. And I said, that was an option? And she laughed at me.
I mean, yeah. If that was an option, I think I would have taken it up too. So we're actually pulling into my old residency.
Yeah.
Which is my family's, or not my family.
They're your family.
but I was not my. I was gonna say like my aunt and uncle, my extended family.
Oh,
his house.
Okay.
And this brings back a lot of memories because this parking spot that I park at right now, I got stuck here probably 4 times, if
At
not
least.
a little more.
Yeah.
And like on my way to work or coming home from work, like the driveway is not steep, but there'd be ice, and my car just couldn't do it. That reminds me, I need to get new tires before winter.
I just got new tires on my car.
My dad's like, this is how much they're costing. I'm like, yeah, that's on you, right, Dad?
Yeah.
No daddy issues, though.
No. Obviously.
And so I'd call my uncle, and again, this happened at least 4 times, if not more, where the rope, like we know the drill of how we do it and how I put it in neutral. Like, oh, it was so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It happened way too much.
Yeah.
And like we're out there pushing my car, me pushing my car.
Yeah.
And chipping away ice.
Yeah.
Ugh, I've had so many issues with that.
Yeah. I do kind of miss this place.
I do too. I miss the hot tub.
The hot tub. I miss it when they were gone.
Mm-hmm. We had a good time. And it wasn't like, I feel like when people say like, family's gone and you have a party, like it's not like we threw a rager.
No, gosh, never. No, we just hung out.
Like we just would sit, like it's a great home.
Oh my god, this is where I passed out.
Yeah, when she fell off the chair.
That was really bad.
We were playing a game and she just like, boom, hit the floor. And my brother was here.
Oh my gosh.
And me and my brother were like, what just happened? I think we were laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Because we kind of thought it was fake. And then we realized it wasn't.
No, I just like head dived onto the floor because they have like bar stool table seating. Yeah. So it's like higher up.
And then she like woke up from passing out and she was like, why am I on the floor? And again, I was still in shock that just happened. And I thought she was just like messing around / kidding.
No, I was very confused.
Yeah, it was really weird.
I was like, I was telling the directions for the game and now I'm on the floor.
And have you ever...
I've never passed out before.
But like, do we know the reasoning or like...
No.
We still...
No.
That's just in the past.
I think it was your magic box of chocolate.
Oh, that magic box of chocolate did me good last night though.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm a little scared of it because the time before that I got stuck in a chair. So either stuck in a chair, falling out of a chair,
or real good.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, you choose your adventure. So why did you actually want to fall out of a chair? Or get stuck in a chair? Like maybe you just have to stay away from chairs. That's the adventure.
Just stand the whole time?
That's the adventure you might need to choose.
Okay.
Or you just stay in bed.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a real good one.
That's a good adventure. Yeah.
So now you want my box of chocolates? Well, yeah. So now we're gonna go.
Okay. I think that was good. I think that was fun.
That was real fun. I enjoyed it. So like,
follow,
and subscribe
to
A Wild Ride. Drive safe, folks.
Yee.
Love you.
Love you.